Good morning.
Hey David, how are you doing?
I'm doing all right, I think.
You think?
Hopefully no one will come and arrive and tell me I'm not having a good morning.
It's too early to tell on the West Coast.
Well, if you like, I'll leave my microphone on for a moment longer. You can hear the birds chirping in the background because it's a beautiful day and I'm going to work from the deck of my house, which is an advantage of working from home.
I actually wasn't sure if it's a virtual background or not.
This is the real thing. This is what's surrounding me.
Wow. That's
What
nice.
part of the country are you in?
Northern Virginia. So it's supposed to get up to about 80 degrees Fahrenheit. That's Fahrenheit, not Celsius. So it's supposed to be a lovely day to, if I'm, working while listening to the birds is really not a bad thing.
What are some of the most common visitors you have?
Oh, now you actually need to ask my wife because she's got an app. She calls it Shazam for birds, where it will actually tell you. We've got mourning doves, cardinals, robins, but there's quite a cacophony here.
Yeah, for a second I thought it was someone's app or something when you were on a call a couple of days ago. I said,
Well,
no, that's David's neighbors.
Noisy neighbors.
Congratulations on your work anniversary, by the way.
Oh, thank you. It's you know what? Don't blink and the years go by.
3 years with the LF, I think, right?
Yeah, absolutely. So and it's been a fun ride so far. So I'm trying to do good things and no one's kicked me out yet, so we'll try to keep doing good things. Now this is a little
the security of the open source ecosystem for some is job security.
well, although I don't look at
or
it
job
exactly.
insecurity, depending upon how you look at it.
You know what? In one sense, I think that's probably true. The sad thing is that attackers, as soon as you close one gate, the attackers will go to the next gate. They will always look for the easiest path to enter and do that. But I don't. Some people get really down on that, but I actually don't feel that way. As you remove the easy paths, the roads get harder and harder. And I do believe that at some point, not that there can't be attacks, but it will be increasingly difficult and fewer will bother because it won't be worth it won't be worth the attempt. We're not there yet, but I do see a path to getting there. And
There's an interesting metaphor in that early in my career, I worked in the early days of cellular. And if you look back at the early days of cell phones.
Yep.
When it first emerged in North America, you basically had sort of islands of coverage that were largely regional. And so it immediately became an attractive communication options for bad guys. They wanted on the network, they didn't want to pay, and they wanted to freely use communications discreetly to do, nefarious things.
Right, and just like pots.
They were largely tolerated because the metaphor was sort of like a water utility. And as long as you had a significant infrastructure footprint and could generate revenue off 90% of your users, the fact that you were leaking water into the ground, i.e. losing minutes to bad guys was sort of just more of a cost of doing business. But
Right.
as consumers demanded interoperability as they traveled, carriers started to strike these agreements to basically make roaming more automatic.
Yeah.
And as that happened, suddenly, if you were one of the leading carriers kind of pushing the envelope on that, you started to realize, holy heck, I'm writing large checks to the other utility when my bad guys are, on their network. And that sort of spurred a real big push towards trying to provide more secure users and eliminate fraud. So this is sort of an echo of that type of phenomenon, not at all the same, not a perfect metaphor, but interesting nonetheless.
Right. Well, I have to admit, I'm a little confused. Usually the best practices working group is absolutely full of people. And today we're really, it's pretty quiet.
So this one is the SCM best practices, not the general.
Oh, is that the problem? Okay.
Yeah.
All right. And I don't see it. It's not separately noted as a date on the meeting notes. So, all right. Maybe what I should do it. Okay. So here's what I propose. Let me quickly. Well, I guess maybe I should. I'm assuming we're actually going to have a meeting of some kind, but I don't have an agenda. Do we have any?
It's pretty empty for this group as well. And we're missing the group lead, Dan, which is not here. So
All right. So how's this? Why don't I quickly note? All right, so I'm going to modify the best practices meeting notes real quick here. Let's see here. This is, instead of the 25, this is 20th, and this is SCM, right?
yeah.
All righty. Well, I'm here. I'll mark myself. Huh, where's text? Ah, there's text color. Yeah, how's this? Okay, so issue. Lead was not available. I don't know if we don't have any new project. What I would propose is let's we have no agenda set. I mean, unless there's some strong reason we should meet, I think we should stop right here. I don't,
Yeah, tend to agree.
and
what we've been doing is looking at Christine had provided a kind of text version of GNOME's work. So we talked about that.
Okay.
I don't know if that got put into GitHub yet or not, but that's the last couple of calls what we had been doing. But since neither Christine or Dan's here, I agree. It's probably, we're not gonna make a lot of progress with the couple of us here.
Okay.
Let me scroll back and see if she posted a link.
Okay. Yeah. Me. Yeah. Sorry to get you up early there, Jeff. I realize on West Coast is a pain.
No problem.
Yeah, I don't know.
When you work for a East Coast based company, a 7 a.m. call doesn't seem too early.
Well, I will say I salute Jay White, who gets up at pre-crack of dawn to exercise, and he has some people he's a trainer for, and then he does his real job. It's just like, oh man. So
it looks like a stub has been put into GitHub, but Christine actually had a doc with some text that I'm going to look for to see if she has it noted there. But that was what we were looking at, how to incorporate the narrative with some more of the technical application of the controls.
okay, why don't we propose so we can continue doing that work when they're available? I mean, so. And Krob, I started on our slides that we're supposed to be presenting at OSSNA. I will, after this, looks like that's what I'm doing next.
What's your
Yeah.
topic?
Deliver on time and not a minute earlier. Oh, you mean the actual slide contents?
No, it's well, that sounds like a great topic. I've two perfect SMEs to cover it.
No, it's about best practices badge and scorecards. So,
It'd be a good topic. So yeah, I'll see if I can find Christine's text, and if anyone's really motivated and wanted to try to do a PR to blend it into the GitHub, that would be delightful. But I think we can adjourn.
Yeah. And to answer your question, it's scorecards, best practices, and my view is that this is like chocolate and peanut butter. So we're trying to explain each and a little bit about, yes, they can and do work together. So.
And Rob, before you arrived, we were celebrating David's 3rd anniversary at the LF.
Yeah.
Just 3? Oh man, I thought you'd been there forever.
No, I've worked with the LF for years before, and of course, I've known a lot of these crazy people for a long time. So, it's been good. It's been really good.
It's kind of like a past inmate joins the asylum.
Yep.
All right, so there I got Christine's guide. I have the GitHub repo. So if anyone could take a look at that, if you have any feedback, PR is welcome. And I owe David a piece of cake in Vancouver, or a plate of poutine.
You know what? No. Instead of cake, we'll go out and find something to eat together. How's that?
Love it.
All right. In fact, I'm hoping to see lots of you folks in Vancouver. So, all right. Take care.
Have a great day, everybody.
Thank you.
Bye bye.